Hello, everybody. Hello there. I hope you're doing well, my dear. And without further ado, let's gonna talk about the integumentary system or your beautiful skin. Okay, for today's video, we're going to talk about the anatomy and physiology, a brief review of your integumentary system. Without further ado, let's start. Now, your integumentary system are responsible for a lot of things going on in our body. But there are structures that are involved here, includes primarily your skin, which is the largest organ in the body because it covers like our body with the skin. The skin is made up of protein, so we need protein in order for us to be more beautiful. Then the hair is made up of protein as well, your keratin, and as well as your nails made up of protein and your keratin to get more stronger. And your exocrine glands, okay, such as the sebaceous gland, so that's a form of exocrine glands. Okay, now what are the functions of your skin? You need this passer, so we're going to pass your NCLEX by reviewing your anatomy and physiology because you need to incorporate that when answering questions. Now, what are the functions? P as in for protection. Protection for invading organism, dehydration by absorbing water or other nutrients, or vitamin D with our skin, and protection from UV rays of the sun, so we're not gonna get burned easily because we're protected by the skin first. Okay, next is A as in absorption. It absorbs water, fat, vitamin D, and as well as glucose. So remember this. Okay, so secretion of what? Your melanin produced by your melanocytes, so that's why your skin get whiter or darker, and also oil, your sebum by your sebaceous gland. And also S is for sensation. Touch your skin and you feel something like is that a pleasurable sensation, or when someone pinch you, is that is a pain? When someone burn you with a little bit when you were cooking, you feel heat, cold, the touch, the pressure, because they have nerve endings on that. That's why we feel something. That is sensation. And E stands for excretion, or what? It excretes sweat primarily because we have the sweat gland under or beneath the skin. Okay, so that's for excretion of waste product, including your sweat. Okay, and R, regulation of body temperature. So whenever we feel like we chill, we shiver or shivering, that regulates the body temperature. So that's why sometimes the hair would go up because of that too, the shivering. Okay, so it conserves the temperature inside our body. So those are the functions of your integumentary system. Okay, next is the three main layers. What are the three main layers of your skin? Okay, we have here your epidermis, the outside layer. Check on that. And then your dermis, which is the middle layer. Check on that. And the hypodermis, which is the subcutaneous layer or the innermost layer. Okay, so the epidermis here, that is the outside layer. It is closely packed epithelial cells. It need to be closely packed, so that's why it would not get injured easily. Okay, then the middle layer is your the dermis, wherein it houses the blood vessels, the hair follicles. So this is the middle layer. There you go. Wherein you will find the muscle, the blood vessels here, the nerve endings, and then no, not the nerve endings, blood vessels, connective tissue, hair follicles, the sweat glands. So here, like the muscle, the smallest muscle, one of the smallest muscle is the erector pili. Your sweat glands or sebaceous gland is here. The hair follicle, the hair follicles are here on the dermis. Okay, and the hypodermis is the innermost layer here, wherein you the subcutaneous layer. Okay, there, and then after that is your adipose tissue beneath that. Okay, so we have 3 layers: the epidermis, the dermis, and then your hypodermis. Okay. Oh, ends already? No, we have here. Okay, we have here the skin organs. So this is the hair. This is called the epidermis. Check on that. That's the layer. Then this is the dermis layer. You can see. And then the hypodermis. That's the innermost layer. Now talking about the dermis, because they have a lot of structures here. Let's talk about the small muscle. The erector pili muscle is here. Whenever we feel shivering, it will contract. Remember, shivering, it would conserve your temperature or regulate the body temperature. So therefore, when they contract, it pull your hair and then it will move. So that is your erector pili muscle. We also have the hair follicle here. And in between of that has the sebaceous gland. So now sebaceous gland will produce sebum or the oil that nourishes the skin and as well as your hair, okay, not to make it dry. So that is the function of your sebaceous gland. Okay, now, okay, see here the hair follicle receptor, the nerve endings. Now we also had here the exocrine sweat gland. Okay, so here the sweat gland. So wherein activity of the body, why do we need to sweat? Sweating is a form of homeostasis, wherein when we feel too much heat, it will evaporate or it will produce a sweat here on our skin, like a water splash when you're doing a lot of exercise or things. So it will produce to conserve energy or power or temperature in the body. So that's the function of your exocrine sweat glands. Okay, now we also have here the Pacinian or the Pacinian corpuscle. Pacinian, they detect pressure. Okay, remember, they detect pressure. So that's why when someone like put a pressure, you will feel it because of the Pacinian corpuscle. So these are your Pacinian corpuscle. Okay, and as you can see, we have the sensory nerve fiber here, down below. It innervates your muscle. So it means those are small sensory fibers. Whenever they need to shiver, they will stimulate that muscle, the erector pili muscle, and then it will contract and let your hair move. Okay, so that's the function of that. Below your hypodermis are your adipose tissues, where are located. So that's the layer. So eventually, with the damage to your epidermis, dermis, and then your subcutaneous, it will expose the fats. Okay, after the fats are the bones. So during the pressure ulcer, these areas are all damaged. So that's that be all. I hope you learned from that. It's short and brief, and at least you get an idea of what is going on and refresh. That be all. Thank you so much. Have a good and wonderful day.